been a long fall, but now it's time to get ready for ice. I'll probably be out tomorrow, so I'm just doing some final prep here to get ready, and spooling a couple last minute rods, and I'm gonna go through some tackle and some stuff that I'm gonna be using on the ice this year. Some stuff from last year, some stuff, new stuff this year that's just come out, and hopefully you guys can kind of get a feel for how I'm gonna approach hitting the ice this year from a gear standpoint. So we just checked perimeter of the ice we're gonna fish out here, and Dan's drilling some holes out now, but we like to just check the ice we're gonna be on and make sure that it's all good so we don't have to chisel every step while we're setting up. So it's about 3 inches, but you can see there's some open water over here just behind Dan, so we want to stay away from that, but everything away from that's a good 3. So it's a nice multi-species bite this time of year. You can see the weeds under the ice, you can see the fish as they're coming up, and it's super easy walking. There's no snow. We're just looking kind of for the weed line in about 12 to 14 feet here.
14 with weeds.
We're just gonna set up on a weed line here and probably catch some fish shortly. So I'm just gonna mark my depth, and there's a few weeds on the bottom here, so I want to make this minnow about 2.5 feet above the bottom. So I'm gonna mark it, adjust for my spool, and then about 2 feet from there, and we'll reel her up to that spot right there. And then we've got about 4 or 5 feet of line off the end here, and I'll come back and check this to make sure the minnow didn't get hung up in any weeds to the side. And I'm just gonna take a sucker, and I've got a fairly decent sized treble hook on there. I'm using a little bit bigger suckers on the tip ups today, and just gonna hook them just under the dorsal fin there, with the hook always facing back, so when that fish eats that, the hook's going to be facing the right way to hook them. And I've just got a small split shot about 1.5 foot up there. 20-pound fluorocarbon, that's kind of my go-to on bass / pike lakes where I've got chance for bite offs, but I still want it stealth. That 20-pound fluoro typically will keep most pike from biting you off. And then I'm going to take my Vulture Systems indicator here, clip him in, take the magnet off the end of my flag, and just pop it right in the slot. So that is set up, ready to rock and roll. First flag of the season. Oh yeah. Fish on. Oh, it's a nice pike, nice pike. Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's a nice one. So that fish came on a tip up I had rigged up with a new device I got this year, and it's from Vulture Systems, and it's a lighted unit with a remote. It's up to a mile range, and it's got an indicator that lets me know when that flag goes up. So I was sitting over there and I had a beep on my remote here, and to reset that, all I'm going to do is lay the flag down like this and put the magnet back on the top right there, and it pulls the switch shut. When that flag pops up, it pulls the magnet off and sounds the alarm to my remote. So this is going to be awesome for burbot at night. It's going to be awesome for night walleye fishing. It's got a really nice range, so I can set up, you know, a good spread and not worry about my alarm going off or not. So nice fat fish there. I'm going to set this tip up back up and get back down there. This thing just got smoked. Well, I got another bite. I just set this tip up back up, and there's another fish on it right here, so I can just turn that off with one push of the button. Set the hook. Feels decent. Yeah, another decent pike. Another Another eater. Nice chunky one. Not as big as the other one, but he's got a nice wide back. He'll have decent fillets on him. Plenty to fillet. I don't mind keeping smaller pike. I've been cleaning them for years, and it doesn't actually take me too long to clean even smaller ones like this. So I'd rather let the big ones go and keep the smaller ones. That one's perfect. Alright, so I'm ready to rig this jaw jacker up, and how I'm going to set the depth here is just drop this to the bottom till it hits bottom, reel to the surface, and then I typically mark about 2 feet up, and I just kind of reel it up to that spot like so, keep that marked, then I pull the line out of the water, and then you know you're set. I've just got 8-pound mono on here. I want a little stretch for shock absorption in the shallower water. And if I get bit off, I get bit off. I'm more targeting largemouth, and it's very important to use small hooks because typically they'll pull out to the edge of a pike's mouth and you won't get bit off anyway. So I got a number 6 octopus hook on here, sinker about 1 foot up. Just gonna drop that in and set it. You guys know I like to use jaw jackers. I just like fighting a fish on a rod, and let me know if you want me to do more videos on jaw jackers. I'm thinking about trying some stuff maybe for pike specifically with bigger rods and quick strike rigs and stuff, so let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments. And while you're there, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be doing a lot more ice fishing content this winter, so stay tuned for that. That is not a crappie. That is not a crappie. Whoa. Alright, here's a perfect example of why I never use treble hooks on jaw jackers, because that pike can get that small minnow way down in there, and the hook pulls out right to the corner of the mouth, and you don't have, wow, he's a feisty one, you don't have that line on his teeth. 90% of the time you're going to catch him right in the corner. It's an easy pop it out. And we're gonna let this guy go. I got plenty of pike here for dinner, so he gets to go back. Now these vulture indicators, a lot of you guys are probably gonna wonder, can I use those with the automatic? And yes, you can. I'm gonna show you how I set that up right now. And these are gonna be awesome when we're fishing in the shack up on Lake Superior and stuff, to alert us when we get a bite, because a lot of times you want to get there as soon as you can. So I'll show you how I do that right now. I've just got a piece of 20-pound fluorocarbon, and that's tied from an alligator clip to the magnet right here, and I'm going to clip that on the furthest back eyelet, because when that rod pops up, that's only going to move just enough to pop that magnet off, and it's not going to be out here on the end swinging and catching on your line. It just moves it up and it's not in the way, and that way I know instantly when I got a bite, that rod pops up and I get a beep just like that. So that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to use these things on Lake Superior. We just have that happen so often where we get a bite and we don't know it's up for a minute or two, and the fish gets off, and these are gonna let us know right away. So we just reset it, and there you go, piece of cake. I'm gonna have to get a few more so I can set them on all my jaw jackers, but definitely gonna do that. Well, we only had a couple hours here. It's time to pick them up now, but we had a pretty good day, and we caught a few keeper panfish, a bunch of little ones. We never really got on the real nice ones, but a few nice pike for dinner. We had to kind of work our way onto the lake in a weird spot because the access was no good, but oh, it's getting sketchy here already. Must be about freezing.
Welcome to the jungle.
Once we got out here, it was good. So yeah, we got a nice meal of fish, got to set the hook, catch some nice pike and panfish, and have a good afternoon here. So wish you had more time, but there'll be lots of ice here this winter yet, and we'll have hopefully a lot of good trips and a lot of fun. So well, we're fishing here on the Mississippi, and I'm here with my buddy Dan and Aaron, and we've been catching a few saugers through the morning. I think we've got a little over half our limit, and hopefully we can catch a few more this afternoon. We just had brats. Dan brought his grill and grilled them up for lunch, so but we're hoping to get some more fish yet and fill out the rest of the limit. We got enough for a little bit of a dinner, but be nice to catch a few more decent fish. We caught some small ones, caught one sturgeon, but we got a little more time. We'll see what happens here in the afternoon. Oh, there you go.
Nice scoop.
Nice sauger.
Nice one.
Oh, sturgeon. Dog's
Yep.
How's that one feel, Dan?
Better.
Oh, there you go. Dan's kind of on fire. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. There we go. Just using a double rig, and that sauger took the bottom jig there. That one's the heavier one, and I've got like a 1/4 ounce with a shad on it, so that one will be good. Well, we got our limit of saugers. We're heading back to the landing. Should be some good eating. It was a beautiful day, almost December, but it was like 50 degrees, so we had a lot of fun.